So there was this man, and he had come from the village. And, he was not very rich. He was quite poor, actually. He was in tattered clothes and shoes, and somehow he had lost his home. And, his hair was just all over the place. He barely had any money. And he was quite worn out. And he went to the city to seek a job, to try to bring his life back to normal again. And in his tattered shoes and clothes, he went to approach someone. And lo and behold, he got a really good job. And he worked really, really hard in his job. So in the beginning, he was just a sweeper, like a cleaner, which was just helping to clean everything. And then the boss said, well, do you know how to do some accounting? He said, yeah, I used to be a clerk in the village. I used to help in the village. So he said, okay, why not? Let's see. And so he started to do accounting. And the boss really liked him and said, oh, do you know how to do some writing? We need also people to file things, to maintain things. And he said, yes, I know how to do that. So the boss gave him work, and he was very, very good at it. He was very good at accounting. He was very good at writing and filing. And the boss said, well, do you know how to coordinate and delegate work, between people? And so he said, yes, I can try. And so the boss gave him that work, and he succeeded. So slowly, he was blooming in this company. And other people were kind of jealous of him because, he just barely got there and he was rising so fast. And so the boss said, I'm going to give you a place to stay. You're doing so well. And I don't know where you're staying. I don't know what comforts you have, but I'm going to give you 2 rooms. In this office space, there's 2 rooms in the back. Why don't you use that to stay? Because really this man had been living, in just very, very dire circumstances. So he said, thank you so much, he said to the boss. And so he had 2 rooms in the back. One was his bedroom, and one room he just kept there. And every morning before going to work, this man would come out of his bedroom, go to the other room, spend a few moments there, and then lock that room, and then come to work. And so, those people who are so jealous of him were always trying to find something wrong. What could be wrong with this man? And so they saw he had this strange routine where he would come out of his bedroom every morning and go to the other room and stay there for a few minutes and then lock the door. So they said, he must be stealing money. He must be stealing money from the boss and hiding it in the room. That's why he's keeping it under lock and key. And every day he must be counting money. And so, who knows? And so they went up to the boss and they said, this person who's been rising in the company, who came from the village, we think he's a thief. We think he's stealing your money because every morning this is what he does. And they narrated how he would go to that room. And the boss said, I don't think so. They said, no, you have to go and find out. And the boss said, okay, I will find out. And so the next morning, they, just like always, the man left his bedroom, went to that other room, and the boss knocked in that room and said, open the door. And so this man was startled. And the boss said, open it right now. What are you doing? And this man was just startled. He said, what to do? And so he opened the door, and the boss went in to look at that room to see if he had been stealing things, he'd been taking things, but the room was empty. But there was a box, and this box was locked. So the boss said, what are you hiding there? And he said, nothing, I'm not hiding anything. And the boss said, what are you hiding there? And he said, nothing, and in the meantime, all of the other people were, looking and peeking in the room. And the boss said, "Open the box." He said, "No, it's okay. You don't need to see it." And the boss said, "No, open it right now." And so this man opened the box. And when he opened the box, the boss looked in and he was stunned. He said, "What was in the box? What's in the box?" The boss looked at the man and said, "Why is this in your box?" What was in the box? In the box were his old tattered clothes, his old shoes, his old watch, his old bag. He said, "Every morning after I wake up and I get ready for work, I come to this box and I see where I have come from. I remember how I've come from the village and how my life used to be. And I just thank God every morning for bringing me here and giving me the opportunity to work and serve. And I pray to God to always keep me humble and to always make me remember where I have come from." And at that moment, the boss cried. He said, "You are too good. Now you are worthy to be my partner." And the boss looked at all of the other people around and said, "You were wrong about him." And inside my heart, I knew it. So what a beautiful story from this man. What speaks to my heart is, no matter how high we go, just lay low. Lay low. Let us always remember where we've come from. Always live life with humility, with gratitude, with appreciation, and love for God.